it's like literally, did it sit in the ocean or what? Uh-oh. And... oh, God. We ripped the pads off of the shoes. That's the only way to do it.
I bet you my lawnmower's faster than yours, Peckerwood.
Yeah, oil change time. Oh, that's a milestone. Howdy folks, welcome back to our satellite revival series where we pulled it out of the woods after it sat for 35 years. We just got the engine running and we're going to go through the rest of the drive line here and pretty soon here drive it on the road. So seems to be doing good and we're moving right along. Starts and idles. Check that out.
On episode 7 of the Satellite Revival. If you haven't seen the previous ones, make sure you go check them out on Junkyard Digs and Thunderhead 289 YouTube channels.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to either of them, go ahead and subscribe. You can see the whole series, and we're going to jump right in here, get the oil change, put our zinc in, try and free up our clutch so our rear wheels can turn on their own here, and yeah, we're doing pretty good, so let's keep moving right along.
Alright, so we're finally dropping our oil here. Usually we like to do this right away, but the service records on this oil stated that it was changed just before this car was parked. It's a little black from sitting, but this is still good oil. Like the viscosity between your fingers still feels good. There's no grit in it, and it doesn't feel like it's broken down at all. So when we're putting the new oil in, we're going to put a zinc additive in because this is a flat tappet camshaft. And you used to not have to do this. There we go. That's the one. Used to not have to do this back when we had zinc in our oil, but ever since the advent of catalytic converters, manufacturers have moved away from that because the zinc in the oil would ruin a catalytic converter. So if you have an older car, chances are you have a flat tappet camshaft and you have to run zinc. It acts as a sacrificial layer on the camshaft to wear out so that you don't wear your camshaft out. And if you don't have it, guess what? Bye-bye camshaft. There's my bucket full. I need another bucket. So we like to get this oil warm before we drop it too, to break up any sediment that's been sitting around and get it out of the oil pan into this jar. And we'll throw a new filter on, toss the zinc in, 5 quarts of oil, well, offset from the zinc, so I think it's 4 quarts, and we'll be good to go.
So we got the old oil filter off, and actually we haven't got to cleaning the car out, but there was a new one sitting here. Let's just see, like, I don't recognize that oil filter whatsoever. And you can see just how long this thing sat. The oil filter's all rusted. Look how clean it is. Just check this out for a second. Oh, darn it, it's rusty.
Wee! It's an LF one instead of an FL one.
Luke, can't say my last name one. So anyway, we're just going to throw our Wix filter on here and continue on with our oil change. That's pretty cool. If that wasn't rusty, I would be tempted to put that in. That's freaking cool. We're still excavating on the car a little bit because we haven't been able to get the passenger door open. So we really haven't touched anything on this side. Oh no! You ruined it. You're fired.
I found a bottle of super anti-rust, and there's still some in it, so clearly they did not use it on this car.
So we're going to just go ahead and fill our oil filter before we put it on so that we have oil pressure immediately when we fire the engine. Probably shouldn't be doing this on the fender, but you know, it's fine. Go.
So I did some Googling, because I've always been curious about this, and I finally found some good answers. On the Classic Thunderbird Club International's webpage, a guy named Gil Baumgartner did a test with engine oils. He actually had them sent to a lab. First, to establish a baseline, I started with a 1980s vintage Pennzoil 10W40. It contained 547 parts per million of phosphorus and 716 parts per million of zinc. That's the old 80s oil that contains zinc. And then he checked a new current version of Shell Rotella, which was 1,133 parts per million of zinc. The Redline Racing oil was 1,180. The Comp Cam engine break-in only has 639 parts per million.
Do you have anything on the STP stuff?
Yep, the last test done was the STP oil treatment in the blue bottle. It contained 378 parts per million of phosphorus and 553 parts per million of zinc. One 15-ounce bottle added to a 6-core oil change boosts the ZDP content to 40.4 parts per million of zinc. And that falls short of the 1980s oil, which would have been run in this engine. So we need 2 bottles that will give us about 1,000 parts per million, which is somewhere around 80 to 90 parts per million in the oil once it's mixed in with 5 quarts.
So we're good, we got 2.
Yep, throw 2 of them in and we're mint.
Awesome.
So that finally gives you a definitive answer. 2 of these will definitely protect your engine, and they're way cheaper than the Lucas oil stuff. You can get these at Walmart, I think, for about $3.50 bucks. See if this pops that clutch for you perchance. I doubt it, but you never know.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Hopefully we'll have only a couple seconds to lift or clatter, and then we'll have oil pressure.
I didn't even touch it, it just starts right up. Are the wheels moving? This engine burns absolutely no oil. There is
no blow-by.
none. There's nothing coming out of the breather. There's nothing coming out of the exhaust. Except for flames when we rev it.
There's no PCC on it, so it's not pulling through.
You got a bunch of oil on your face.
Oh.
Yeah, look at it in the rear wheel. Oh, fuel. Oh no.
We hook up the fuel pump.
The fuel pump had no power. Oh darn, if only we had a perpetual motion energy machine or free energy machine or whatever people always say.
Well, if only we plugged the battery in.
So right now our clutch pressure plate, or our friction plate is seized. So what we're doing is we got the engine in gear and Kevin's trying to jump up and down on the clutch pedal. And hopefully the torque of the engine and the wheels will break it free, you know. You gotta get 20.
I'm scared this could stick.
That's definitely first gear.
Yep.
It's hard to keep working on it just because I enjoy the engine running so much.
It runs so good.
Alright, so against my better judgment here, I got a little scraper. I'm going to try and hammer this in between the pressure plate, or I guess the flywheel and the clutch, and see if we can help them separate it all. So I don't necessarily condone this. If it goes bad, I'll stop pretty quick. I don't want to destroy what's left of the clutch plate, but anyway, we'll see. Hopefully the car doesn't rust in half and fall on me. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see from this angle, but basically I'm just taking this little scraper and putting it in between the friction plate on the clutch and the flywheel and just hammering it in and trying to break that rust weld that's holding it all together. And it's actually going pretty well, so I'm just going to get this one all freed up at least as much as I can, and then rotate the engine, do this again, and hopefully it just it gets rid of enough of it where we can bump it and it'll free itself. A little bit more. Perfect.
There you go. Last spot. Whew. Meanwhile, I'll give them the last of these trees hauled out of here. Really get this place cleaned up.
Oh, I think you got it. Go up. Oh yeah, go down. All right, try the other two. Okay, we have all the gears.
Dude, we have a working 4-speed.
And we have the trend.
Hang on. There we go. Yeah, we have 4 working gears, a working 3-speed.
Yeah, and I checked the transmission fluid. We're actually up to a, you know, it looks decent, and our rear end fluid looks decent. So I hope that's one of the last times I'm under this car.
Oh! We have a clutch!
The clutch works?
Yeah, look.
Wait. You got it pushed in?
Yeah.
The clutch works.
I can shift gears.
No freaking way! Oh, man, that was reversed. Don't have any bushings left on the column, but it's fine.
I'm still dragging a little, but I have a clutch.
Give her the beans. Dude, let's get it on the ground. Turn her off, eh?
Yeah, the speedometer works. Not very well, but it does work. Now we're gonna vacuum out the interior, drop this thing on the ground, and rip across the yard.
We have a totally functional car, except there's no car attached to anything anymore.
Yeah, we have a really good engine, a working transmission, and a spinning rear end with 4 free tires attached to a bucket of rust.
Let's see if it drives.
Let's do it.
We're close.
So we're trying to get the door open here, clean out the interior the rest of the way. We're just not wanting to do it. But moral of the story, we're gonna clean out the interior and get it so that we can get in this car, rig up a fuel system, get a kill switch that we can use for brakes by engine braking. And we're good to go. Take this thing for a drive. There it goes. We got windows. We can Dukes a hazard if nothing else.
Need some new valve cover gaskets? Dude, check that out. You remember what he told us the other day?
Hardee's. That's where he met his wife. Was at Hardee's.
I bet
In
you-
this car.
Yeah, he said that he used to go to the Hardee's in his truck, and then he went there in this car, and that's what kind of reeled her in. I wouldn't be surprised if that's from there. Here, I got a whole box for you. What is
Could I have the stuff in the box too?
Here, here's the outside of the box.
There's a flashlight.
Ow.
I'm just gonna throw this away.
Oh, hey look, a whole roll of tools. There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, here's the dice.
You really find them?
Yeah.
Huh.
Remember he said they were hanging from the mirror?
You said there used to be fuzzy dice.
Yeah, here's the string. Huh. There you go.
Yuck.
Pretty much does it for that.
Chicken McNuggets. You know, that gives me an idea.
It's so uh-oh. It's so much lower.
It is way low.
Got used to it being so high there.
That's it, right? Interior's clean, fuel system's hooked up.
Yep.
We got everything rigged so that we can start it from right here. God, that starts so good. No accelerator pump whatsoever.
Yeah,
Fires right off.
Fires right off. Yeah, we got our jump pack inside the car where all you have to do is connect the positive lead here to the hod of the fuel pump, and then it's pumping fuel. So we got that done. I think we're ready to see if we can go down the road or at least go around the backyard. All right, so that pretty much does it for the mechanical portion of our 1970 satellite revival here. So going forward, jump on to Kevin Junkyard Digs, his YouTube channel here, for the continuation of our series and the finale where we finally drive this thing, we rip it around a little bit hopefully. So with that, I think we're out for this video. Tune in next time.
Hey bud, you want to do me a favor and hit the old go button?
Oh yeah, eh? Here we go.
Well, I about died.